It's bat versus ball. So there is no status quo.
A titan, a powerful figure who stands out for greatness of achievement. Meet the giants in the Titans' journey in the Ministry of Sport and Community Development's Community Sport Titan Series, a component of the SHAPE program. Introducing Sport Titan Reynold Sewdass of Whiteland, community development specialist, prolific creative artist with a deep passion for sport.
My name is Reynold Sewdass, but if you go to the village and you ask that for that name, you wouldn't hear anything, because everybody know me as Baboolal. I grew up in Piparo, was born in 1964. Grew up in a little village called Piparo. And we grew up, my family, in abject poverty. And sports was that release for me. It was like a refuge. Either on the play field playing football or cricket, or the volleyball court next to my house, or in the mosque opposite my house, we played table tennis. So sports was that injection for me to kind of get out to take my mind away from all the difficulties in my life. And it just stayed with me from then till now. 45 years and in community sports and still going strong. And I'm 57, so. I joined my first club in the village when I was 12 years old, the volleyball club. I was a player all the time, and I became secretary when I was 12 years old, right, of the club, volleyball club. And we also had a win ball cricket team, because I couldn't go to hardball yet because, you know, that ball is hit hard, right? So, and then the group of us, we formed a league, and I get to like the administrative part of sport. And then I became president of the club, called Young Lions. Young was a name that nobody else in the club was young, so. But we wanted to feel young, so we called it Young Lions Sports Club. I remained president for 16 years. I was captain for 18 years at the club. And then when I got married, I moved to another village, and I became in charge of that club, Guarakara Sports Club. And out of Guarakara Sports Club, I ran football competitions. I ran, right now I'm running a T20 cricket league, which is probably the biggest cricket league in the country. We run that league for 60 consecutive nights, except Easter weekend. So I also am involved in the Trinidad Cricket Board. I run the Masters competition for them. I'm one of the members of the committee. I am the chairman of the Fixtures and Grounds Committee for there. In my own capacity, I took my little village cricket team from 4th division to 1st division. You're talking about in the span of 4 years, from 32nd place to number 1. In the span of 4 years, with the same group of players, nobody from other communities, or we buy players, our own homegrown players. Well, as a cricketer, I was Cricketer of the Year in the South Zone Cricket Board for 8 years. Right? I've won other awards: bowling, best bowler, best batsman, best looking. Right? The biggest challenges in running community sport, even as a club or in a league, is sponsorship. So sponsorship is a big problem, and you see that rapport between our community organizations and the corporations that run these grounds. There's a problem getting grounds prepared. Washroom facilities are horrible in some of these communities. One of the biggest challenges is getting young people involved. Young people have so many distractions now that they might want to come and burn in the sun. They'll come for a little 5 minutes, 10 minutes sweat, but they get involved in organizing and planning, which is plenty more work than what happens on the field. A game might take 3 hours on a field, but there are weeks of planning to bring that to fruition, and you can't get young people involved. In my group right now, that we run cricket, I'm the youngest. And I've been honest with you, I'm the youngest. I have some guys in the 70s with me. And the young fellas will come when game about to start, the line. But remember, we get there from 2 o'clock, we have to prepare the ground, we have to clean the place and do all these things, and you can't get young people involved. So that is one of the biggest challenges, not only by us. If you talk to any sporting group, they'll tell you that is the problem. You get young people involved. Too much distraction. You see, sports is a leveling play field. Sports are a leveling play field. You could have $1 million and you go to bat, and I have none, I'll still bowl you, because it's bat versus ball. So there is no status quo. It's a level playing field. It bonds communities. It brings people together. It bonds us. And when people buy into something that you are doing in a community, they will take better care of your community. They make the people become safer, become healthier. And the young people bond with the coaches and teams. And when they buy into that, you sure you have, for the future, a safe place. I would tell them, get involved in sports. Sports, in this modern times, you can make a living out of sports. You can make a living. Once you nurture whatever talent you have, and you get to develop and discipline, and you have the discipline. Once you have a discipline and you fall into the right coaches in a structured program, and you get involved in those programs, and those people have the energy to push you, and you have that will to succeed, you will succeed, because sports now is a business. It's no longer like us volunteering. Everything now is paid. Sports is a business. So if you get involved as a young person in sports and you balance that with your education, because they go hand in hand. So sports teach you how to win, how to lose, and how to understand the boat and differentiate the boat and accept the boat. And that is what the young people are missing right now. Well, the reason I know a lot of parents question it is because they are not sure about the structure of the program or the individuals running the program, right? That is why we'll tell them, look for an accredited. There are a lot of accredited organizations out there. You're looking at a structured program, parents want that. But there's also the bugbear that parents grow up with this thing in their head from a long time, that school is the most important thing. Book is the most important thing. Book. My parents are like that. The same thing you tell the child, you tell the parent. Give it a try. You listen to the people who came first in SE, and they will tell you, they decided on television that they balance the sports, and that because it gives you a peace of mind in the child. For you to accept what the child is doing, you have to get involved. And it could also develop, as I said, as a person, the parent could develop too.
The Community Sport Titan series is brought to you by the Ministry of Sport and Community Development. Remember to like, follow and share the Titans Journey on social media.